Hi everybody, today I'm just going to do a quick little video with some ideas about how to play walking bass for the 1625. I think the first thing to talk about is the way I pick. I use a hybrid picking style where I pluck some of the chord tones with my fingers and I pick the lowest note with the pick. So without really walking the bass, but just playing chords, a lot of times when you hear me comping, I'll be going like... So then when you add in the walking bass notes, you get something like where the pick is playing the low notes and the fingers are plucking the chord tones. You could play this without picking like that. You could play like, but it won't really have that traditional comping sound that I like to hear. I think I partly got that from listening to organ players. They have those little stabs, like that thing. So I'm plucking it and then letting it up down here right away so that it mutes it. So you get... So the first way I'll play a walking bass on a 1625 is to approach each chord from a half step below. So I put a bass note a half step below each chord. And I'm doing those just little chord stabs. The next way is from a half step above. You can also approach with chord tones, so we'll do the chord tone below each note. That sounds a little bit more like doo-wop music to me than jazz, so I don't usually do that, or I'll approach some with a chord tone. The next way is to approach with a chord tone from above. So I'm gonna, instead of playing my E down here, which is probably what I would normally do, I'm gonna continue to jump up here and play my E there, just so the examples are consistent. That's quite a bit of jumping around to get way up there. That's quite a jump. Normally I would play it descending from the one, but in the key of G, I don't really like that because you end up with open chords. And it doesn't have as tight of a comping sound. So once you've got the idea of approaching from a half step below and a half step above, you can just mix those up. It doesn't matter. There's no perfect way to do it. It's all great. You can also throw in some chord tones. So I'll go down to the E, then half steps, then maybe chord tone again. So those are really the three basic ways to approach the walking bass on the 1625. Because of how fast the chords are moving by, there's not room to put like a lot of bass notes in there. You can't really go like... It doesn't fit. So you're really kind of restricted to throwing one note between the chords. So that's my method for a basic walking bass. I use a hybrid picking technique, and I think of it as approach tones. Let's move up to C and do a few more examples. And the ideas will be the same, but we can go some different places as we move away from having the 6 and the 2 on open strings. So up here in C, C's the 1, A's the 6, D's the 2, G's the 5. So we'll do a half step from above each chord. We can do the half step from below each chord. Or we can mix it up. A half step from above, one from below, one from above, one from below. Or we can go the opposite of that. One from below, one from above, one from below, one from above. It doesn't really have to be alternating. And really the idea is that you can comfortably just walk between the chords with whatever's easy to reach. So I was just going for whatever note was easy to reach and in between where I was at and where I was heading. To do these same kind of examples with the chord tones, generally the chord tone will be the chord tone from above the note I'm headed to. You can also come from below, but it doesn't sound as hip. That was from above. Here's from below. I don't know if you can hear what I mean about it not being as hip as from above. Here's above one more time. I always think it sounds a little cooler when you're using the chord tone that's above whatever chord you're headed to. So coming down from C to A, the chord tone above A is this B note. So to me that sounds cooler than coming from the G note up to the A. I don't know why. I'm going to do it and approach each chord from the scale tone above the chord we're headed to. I like that. And now I'm going to do it from the scale tone below the chord we're headed to, which I don't like as much. But either way works. So whichever of those you can reach easiest in between your chords is the one to really go for. The last thing I want to mention is not playing your whole chords. I really think comping sounds best with just little 3-note chords, especially if you're on stage with other instruments, like just those little bitty chords there, and then you put the walking bass in there. It sounds great. Anyway, those are some easy approaches for walking bass. I know the picking thing might feel uncomfortable or different at first if you're not used to using your fingers, but that's something to start working on now, because the longer you play, the more it will open up the different cool stuff you can do. So a lot of times we're focusing on theory and learning chords on this hand, but also learn to play rhythm. I like to think like a piano or an organ. So some of my chords are little stabs, and then other ones are long and drawn out. So yeah, start working on the hybrid picking. And you could also put the pick down and play this stuff with your thumb and your but I like to always have the pick in my hand. I will even sometimes just hold it with one finger if I want to use my thumb, because I want to be able to go back to the pick at any given moment. So I'd say the 1-6-2-5 walking bass stuff in this video is important, but also take away that stuff about hybrid picking. Use your fingers for your chord tones. Use your pick for the low notes and your fingers for the other notes, and get used to that, because that will help to really expand your playing. Subscribe now. Next up, we're going to do rhythm changes. So everything we learned with the 1-6-2-5 and the 3-6-2-5-1 is going to play right into that, and it's going to be pretty fun. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down there. And if you know anybody that would like to learn this kind of fun guitar stuff, share the video, because I just want to talk about guitar to as many people as I possibly can. Anyway, I'm Bird Snake. Thanks for watching.